Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the next set of matches. This is probably going to be one of the hardest-hitting games. Granite Bay of San Francisco versus Kansas City Blues Juniors. These guys have been hard-hitting all weekend, and it seems to be continuing here. This is Gift Tommy Bailu. I'm here with the Alex Goff of Goff Rugby Report. Look, what can you tell us about these teams?
Well, first of all, it's tiny correction in that Granite Bay is actually from the Sacramento area. They're actually from near Folsom Lake. Folsom Prison is what most people have heard of in Folsom Lake. So even harder hitting than San Francisco. Granite Bay loves to move the ball. They love to run it. They run, they gun. They are so good at it too. They played in the same league as Danville and Jesuit. They did extremely well in that. They lost to both those teams by fraction of, like 2 points. Kansas City Junior Blues, they've been here before. They control the ball very, very well. Jake Bergner, their fly half, very shifty, very smart player. We're going to be in for a treat today.
Awesome. We're already getting a big one right off the bat, and we've already got the penalty. It's only taken all of 10 seconds.
Green one off his feet.
Diving right on the ball there, number 1, Doug Mitchell. A little bit over-enthusiastic.
So you guys know Granite Bay is on your right and wearing green and black. Kansas City Blues Juniors are in white and blue stripes.
Check out Sam Casano. He is the fairly distinctive-looking fullback for Granite Bay. He's the one with the blonde hair, and he is a very good runner, all-star player.
So here's the mark. Step, please.
A lot of talent.
Nice wide gap. Get them all on you, please.
Hey, on me.
Out. Step out. Jump straight up and reach in. Thank you. When you're ready, White.
That's a good take by the Junior Blues. Get it out to Bergner.
Big hit there by Granite Bay. Looks like that was number 12, Justin Olez. Wild Thing. Gotta love rugby nicknames.
Hands away! Diving in, 2.
Well, the message from the referee is pretty simple. He doesn't care if it's a muddy, slidey track. He wants those players on their feet in the breakdown and not diving onto the ball. And we see penalties on both sides.
Come to me, please.
He's actually going to have a little chat with the captains probably about that very topic.
Absolutely. This is watching these teams yesterday. I definitely can say that this is going to be a game where over-aggression is going to play very heavily, and we've already seen it within, 2 minutes of this game. Okay. And that discipline is going to be –
Keep the boys on their feet, please.
That discipline is going to be everything in it.
Most definitely, and he's
nice,
just warned both teams.
Step out.
He wants the ball out. He wants the ball moving. He wants us to play some rugby and not just slop around in the mud. And he's made it plain. So we may see a card fairly early if we continue to see those penalties.
Absolutely.
Knocked on and then knocked on. For White.
Well, Granite Bay is it's arguable. You could say
good luck.
Indiana Super League. It might be the toughest league in the country right now. I'm thinking it's Northern California Varsity Premier with Danville, Granite Bay, Jesuit, Solo Falcons, Archbishop Reardon.
Crouch!
All those teams in there. All of them are fantastic teams. And Reardon had a losing record in that group, and they are terrific. So they're hardened. And they were training with Jesuit. Those two teams were training together going into this competition.
Oh, wow. So there is already a fairly well-known knowledge about it. So you're already talking about high impact, very fast-paced. Well, there's nothing like knowing how to beat the next competition by playing the next competition one way or another.
Exactly it. And the issue with the Junior Blues is they've won, I want to say it's 5 straight Missouri State titles.
Okay.
And they are the dominant team in Missouri. They sometimes get a little bit pushed by St. Louis University High, who have a good team. But the other teams that challenge them, it's like 1 or 2 years, then they drift away and someone else coming in. Junior Blues are always there. They're always producing really good players, really good program. And the Senior Blues team is a testament to that. We know they're good. They get a lot of their players from here.
And I was about to say, it seems like you probably will see something from the top to the bottom on that one where the mimicry, even I was looking at the style and I'm thinking, yeah, this is definitely coached by Senior Blues side.
That's right.
Granite Bay's Gavin Janis in the
12.
ball in. Some messy scrumming happening right here. More diving into the ruck.
Not through your legs.
That was a good counter ruck, good ruck over by Kansas City. So the
Captain, playing
ball
through his
carrier,
legs.
the
Dangerous
ball
play.
carrier turtled the ball, turtled over the ball and just sort of played it through his legs
Down.
in such a way that the referee didn't like.
Nice kick. Looks like the wind is going to take it from going into touch. Granite Bay able to hold it, but they lose it into touch. And so it's going to be, it was recovered by number 11, Anthony Wiley. But great tackling by this Blues.
Inside, please.
And
Open
they'll
up
have
three.
the line out for touch. It looks like
Go to front.
Roman Fish will be putting in for the Blues.
Open, please.
Good awareness
5,
by Wiley
step.
to stay in field,
Step.
but then he was just dragged out when he was tackled.
Non-contested line out. Getting it out to the fly, getting it out to the flanker still works. If
Well, that's a somewhat high tackle, but
back.
one hand was around the chest. I think they're okay with that.
yeah, refs letting the flow of play continue, and that's really good as long as there wasn't any
Back.
malicious attacks.
67.
The amount of players that are inside the rucks for the Kansas Blue is equally impressive and also concerning. You figure they might overcommit, but then you start to watch how all the teams seem to overcommit to that side, and then you have the overload that they created.
On
Yeah,
that
they
set.
certainly do. And I saw Quinn Doherty, number 22. He's the outside center for Junior Blues. He went on a run there. He looks like he wants to challenge that defense.
Gentlemen, you're all engaged. Come up,
We're
please.
seeing Charlie
6,
McLean,
8.
the
back.
number 4
You're
for
all engaged.
the Junior Blues. Has been pretty effective
you
in that
cannot
line out.
congregate
Now
there.
the
It's gonna confuse
discussion
him.
here
I want everyone. We're not
by
gonna
the
play those games.
referee is that we're not going to dance in and out of this line out. If you're congregating in the line out, then thou shalt have formed a line out.
Hold.
And he made everybody come back and get into it. Well, Granite Bay won it anyway.
Right.
Hey.
Great setup. Nice setup by this Granite Bay team. Quick pass. Utilizing the forwards and draw the defense in.
There's Casano looking for a little bit of space.
Back foot. Good, you're good.
You can hear the collisions all the way up here on the third floor. There's the
Great
box kick.
boot kick. Now it's the foot race. And number 11 is going to get the pressure. Waiting for the officials to try it.
I think that was
Anthony Wiley.
I think actually that was John Rogers.
John Rogers, okay.
Yeah, just let him down there. But that was so smart. John Rogers, he comes from a very good rugby family. His older brother Nate plays at Arizona State. Here the collisions. And John Rogers chased that down.
There's
There's the
Great
box kick.
boot
He
kick.
got ahead of
Now
the
it's the
ball.
foot race.
So when he tapped it down,
And number 11 is going to get the pressure.
so if he didn't
Waiting
get
for the
it
officials
right,
to try it. Not the
it's
back.
going backwards, and it's not a knock on. So he can sort of knock it backwards and press on it. Really, really smart play.
Great awareness on that one. Granite Bay striking first, 5 points up on the board. The rain is starting to build up, unlike yesterday where it's got weaker as the
Yeah,
day
that's
went
true.
on.
Another important thing from John Rogers, as you see the commercials we have at halftime, that coffee company that you see up, that is the Rogers family coffee company.
Oh,
I'll tell you
wow.
right now, that's very good coffee.
Considering all the people that have been watching this commercial, it definitely seems to have
Yeah.
the most appeal out of any coffee.
Beautiful kick. I'm addicted to that coffee, by the way.
It's what keeps you going to write more and more. See, that's the secret to the super writing.
The Rogers family coffee. You can send more coffee. Care of Golf Rugby Report. No, really. No, seriously.
No, seriously. I'm not joking. Ignore the laughter. Very serious.
Rogers got that kick as well. Terrific kick, 7-0. And I think kicking points are going to be at a premium today.
Absolutely. Whenever you have two teams that have very seemingly
Mike!
strong defenses,
Advancing.
those points come in are
From the
every bit as key.
7 white from the side.
So that was Mason Tassett getting penalized, coming in from an offside position.
Streeter getting the ball out deep and
dear.
going out the back of the end zone. So it's going to be taken.
It's going to be a
Okay, thank you.
That's going to be a
Back at
scrum
the
back
50.
where he kicked it.
Just a little too much power. Wonder if the wind is starting to play into the kicks a little bit. It's the second time we've seen it just
Out.
cross out just a little bit.
There's a lot of
to
little
scrum.
factors going on. I'm seeing some slightly mishit kicks as well. Maybe even when you kick with the outside of your foot sometimes, you slide on a
Captain,
wet ball and
let's have
it's
your
just
boys
not
coming
right.
through the gate,
I don't know
please.
what he
That was
did there. He just
yesterday,
kind
number
of
Crouch!
snatched it.
A little bit more
Fine.
power than he realized.
Yeah, too strong. That
Stand
was
up,
Desi
please.
Streeter with his kick.
He's going to come under. Go on top, okay? Crouch! Bind! Number 1 white, extend your bind. 1 white, extend your bind.
We are having little extra instructions
Set.
on the binding.
Scrumming
Stay behind it,
101.
9. Stay bound.
The referee is very clear about what he wants.
And
that's
wow,
for sure.
great hit by this Granite Bay team. They did not leave anything to chance on the attempted 8-man pickup. That was fast.
That was a tackle by name of the day so far, Jagger Maderos.
Away.
That sounds like
Yagar my
Come
dad.
on.
Yagar.
Hands in.
We don't need no
Fuck,
stinking
green.
batches. That is an intimidating
Check
name
that.
for sure.
5, green.
No-
Bad side.
and there's
Set it.
another
Back
penalty
10.
in the breakdown
White.
against Kansas City.
Back
And
10,
we're
please.
going to have a chat.
Back
I
10.
think there's going to be
Back.
possibly a second warning here.
Hands in.
Oh no, the penalty is against Granite Bay.
And once again, the ball does not quite go into touch. Granite Bay able to recover. That's number 15, John Rogers. Correction, Sam Quizano. Quizano? White Lightning. There we go.
It's just Casano. I don't know. See, that's the spelling from Salty Thompson. We can blame Salty.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to spell it like it
Good.
sounds,
Oh,
but now he's just invented a new Irish language. That's what happens when you get
Open,
someone
please,
from
green.
Belfast
Open,
to
open.
start
See the
writing
mark.
down your list for you. Oh,
nice recovery by looks like number 2 hooker Ryan Hurley, taking the ball in. Granite Bay getting that recovery, and we have a knock on.
Offside.
Offside, yeah, and offside
Offside.
against Kansas City, and we're seeing a lot of penalties called, and he just wants to marshal that, just control that breakdown, and that's fine. And
White
they're going to
captain.
go for points.
Absolutely.
Another talking to, I think.
We're having multiple issues with breakdown. That time it was offside. Before it was from the side. Okay. Then we also had on the ground diving over, taking all the feet. Let's get them up. We need to do.
And the referee's being very clear. He said, you were offside. Then you were in from the side. And before that, you were off your feet. Let's just have a legal ruck is what he wants. And it is,
Spoken to their
Gift,
team
it's so
breakdowns.
hard on
Was
this muddy
offside.
track.
Yeah.
To be able
Guys are staying on
to
their feet.
stay on your feet. You come in, you think you've got everything, but you're coming in as hard as possible. And you hit somebody a little bit funny, and then you're on the ground.
Exactly. And add to that, you don't have a lot of traction behind you, so you can't really have that stopping momentum that you normally would. If you stop, you end up slipping out, mess around, hyperextend your leg, anything. It's just, like you said, it's very difficult on this track. Congratulations, Granite Bay able to make that,
Get your
able
captain.
to add a little bit to their score.
Get your captain.
And it's going to be
He's the
10-0,
captain. Get
Granite
your
Bay
captain.
leading this game.
That was terrific skill from John Rogers because he teed it up right in one of the muddier parts of the field. And he didn't try to do too much from it, but his
you're ready.
accuracy was right on. And so already in a game like this, it might have just been 5-0. It's now 10-0 because of Rogers kicking.
Excellent.
Not hell. Play.
Well,
Back,
Justin Olas, his wild thing, he's rocking his head back and forth.
please. Roll away. 3.
Kind of get a little crazy.
Granite Bay trying to find a little space out wide.
Oh.
Great look. It looks like he get another one to Rogers. And he's getting it into his inside center, Andrew Smith, and he's just taken down. But they managed to keep it in, and that's what's most important, not letting it go out into touch. And here's the slip
19-4,
inside, the muddiest part of the
offsides.
field right now.
A lot of
Back foot,
offside
please.
players for
2
KC
from the side, no
Blues.
advantage.
They were slow, and we're going to see a card here.
In. Wait. We had number 4 and number 2. Bring them here.
So
A lot of emotions
offside,
here.
Roman Fish and Charlie McLean are offside. Is he going to card both of them?
We have 2 penalties. Number 4 was standing off sides. Then number 2 came in from the side. Did I not just speak to you about this? Should I go to my pocket? No, sir. Then let's fix it now.
You gotta love a ref that's gonna take it to the edge. Give you the chance. You got one more.
That is great. He said,
Here's your mark.
he said we just spoke about it. Yes, you did, sir. They're both penalized. Yes, sir. Should I go to my pocket? No, sir. Yes, please don't. And he's, I mean, you know what? That's good refereeing.
Yeah.
Because he's got him. He's very, very clear. It's like,
Absolutely. You're
you know,
offensive.
I can card you right now,
Right.
but I'm, you know,
I'm not going.
I'm
I'm giving you one
One
more
more.
chance.
one more teeny tiny, but I really am
Green, open,
losing
open,
patience.
open.
Right.
making
Green,
it
open.
clear.
Thank you.
But they were way offside.
Yeah. And at this point, it's you can't consider it on the weather. It's just discipline.
Yes.
It's just discipline at that point. It's
I
over
know.
anxious.
Knocked on.
We're not talking about falling over now.
Right.
We're just talking about not getting back on side. Well, that didn't go well for Granite Bay. And I was talking about this with Salty Thompson today and with Jack Bradfield from St. Edward about cheating up a little bit, cheating closer a little bit because of the conditions, but the passes are still where you've been passing all day, all season, and suddenly the passes are high and behind you or low and behind you, which is what happened there.
Hold, stay behind 9.
Great awareness by the number 2 Roman Fish. Trying to find the dummy, wasn't able to quite get it. Granite Bay just all over. This is some sloppy rugby. This goes beyond blue collar rugby. This is some backyard dirty rugby that we're happening right now.
There goes Maderos.
That is
Middle
over.
now for Granite Bay.
Maderos. That's what we got to say. Like
Maderos.
Maderos.
Well,
Nice.
they popped it off.
Nice no look to.
There's
to-
Casano. There's your White Lightning.
White Lightning is striking twice.
And funny is that we talk about the rain. Actually, a large chunk of my photos that I have on file for Granite Bay from this season are actually from a rain game, and there's all of these people covered in rain and water. And Casano, who is usually very recognizable because his hair is so pale, but when it gets wet like that, he starts to look like everybody else. But he is he's a shifty runner.
That's really.
There he goes, in for the try.
So what you're saying is it's completely their fault that it's raining this hard this
I
weekend.
think so. I believe that they actually brought it from California. Indeed.
See, they say it never rains in Southern California. These are NorCal people.
Right, exactly.
Just a quick update on the game on the other side. We had the Highlanders and South Greenville. South Greenville is currently in the lead 5-0 at half.
That's a good one, that clash, because the Highlanders are the club champions from North Carolina, and South Greenville were runners-up in South Carolina in a very, very close game with Wando. So it's really the Battle of the Carolinas, and in fact, it looks to me like South Greenville has just scored a try to extend their lead.
Just a little bit more.
Oh, it was fine. It was just sloppy. Can you blame them? I mean, hey.
Gotta love this conversation with the refs having with his players. Between
Gentlemen,
Nigel
listen,
Flatt
no
and
three-point
this
stance.
guy,
Thank you.
I'm definitely loving the
Tighter,
referee
all right? I want
engagement.
tighter. Crouch. Bind. Set.
I do love the clarity. He's making it very plain
Stand
what
up.
he wants. And I think he's
You're
also
going below-
concerned here. We're
I want you
talking
straight
about
across, okay?
safety. You
I want
can
you-
fall
hips in.
over
Keep him straight.
in the
Here.
scrum on the wet conditions. And so he's very
Have it
concerned
again.
now about having
Stay stable platform.
shoulder being below hips. Then somebody's going to slip,
Fine.
and then suddenly the whole thing collapses, and we've got problems.
Set.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very steep line for Junior Blues.
Ball's out.
They're ready to do something
Advantage,
with it,
knocked
but
on.
unable to.
Scrum advantage.
And a really good pickup and just sort of struggling. That was Wild Thing again. That was Olez.
Nice little
Onside,
boot
two
kick. Going deep inside Kansas City territory, like Granite Bay just setting up.
Gavin Janis,
You're
the
good.
scrum half, shown he's
You
got
have
a
the
very
front.
nice box
Thank you.
kick on him. And very smart. At
Excuse
15-0 right now, Granite Bay really
White.
in a good position to
Thank
just
you.
play in the opposition half, play in the opposition 22 now. And,
Open green.
If it's difficult
You.
to catch, it's going to be difficult to catch when it's kicked as well. Granite
There's not
Bay.
on the line out. They knocked on afterwards. It's going to be scrum to green.
Granite Bay ran on the subs early yesterday.
Yeah.
So they were sort of rested up, and they were in one
you're
of
gonna be in the
the
hooker position,
few,
you gotta be
you
in the
might
pocket,
even
you
say,
understand?
blowouts.
Yeah, but you know what? This is what we were talking
that?
about. This is the kind of thing we were
Well,
talking about
supposed
this
to do.
yesterday, where you had to be able to save these legs. Again, these are 3 days of games that you're dealing with, and when you have a team, especially that's this hard hitting, you need those
that
fresh
hit.
legs. And like you said, it looks like
Ouch!
it. Granite Bay does not look like they felt anything
Bind.
from yesterday.
Set. Yes.
I notice Thomas Aquinas' coach, Tim Klumpers, is watching this game up here, seeing as he's a former Kansas City Blue. Still got a lot of
You gotta still show love to your
right.
original
Even
club.
they're
Scrum to
heated
white.
rivals right across that border, the
mark
Kansas
is here.
Missouri border.
It happened way
But
back here.
obviously, he's also was captain and coached Kansas City Blues senior team and played for the Eagles. And doesn't know I'm talking about him. He's
You're
just, reading the program.
He's gonna realize it under replay. He's gonna
that's
start
right.
watching it on his phone and be like, "What is it, Alex? No."
What I want to know is why his team looked so sad
Coach!
after they won their game. Don't
Bind!
understand.
They're trying to be humble. They're trying to be humble.
Set!
Well, it could be.
Penalty. 1. Driving
Well,
it down. 1.
boring
Back.
in and going down.
Driving
Doug
it-
Mitchell for Granite Bay penalized for not driving straight in that scrum. The scrum came down. And I'd go along with that one. Looked like he really just sort of bit in rather than going straight.
Right, yep. And once again, the wind is not being favorable. Oh, no, not
Did
correction.
touch.
It did get out. It did get out. It always looks like it's going to curve just a little bit.
That was a pretty athletic play there
Gotta be
from
catching.
Pono Kiyoshi, the lock for Granite Bay. He didn't quite get it in, but he got up in
Captain.
the air for it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Captain. His arm was pulled down. That's no good.
And that's McLean in the lineout. He's their go-to man.
Nice behind the pass to number 7, Yaguer Medero. I'm sorry, correction. Mason Tassett.
And they're flinging it around pretty effectively. Not quite getting that go forward, though. And the last fling went to the ground. Pretty daring stuff from the Junior Blues, especially in their own end. I kind of would have thought that Jake Bergner might want to put the boot to it.
Give themselves a little bit of position and drive this
Yeah.
Granite team back.
Green 1. Step left. Green 1. Wider.
Granite Bay. The push that this Granite Bay team has is impressive.
Right.
You know, you
Back
can
foot,
see
please.
the solidarity between the forwards, and the support is just there each time, so
Yeah.
fast.
Well, that was
The
good
second time.
communication. Alex Evans took it, the Terminator, and he just started going forward. And as you said, everybody went right behind him. But another penalty in the breakdown.
10 green. 10.
I think we're going to see
I'm
a
lining
yellow
up on
card
you.
here.
Give me that extra half meter, please. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
When you're ready.
I'm waiting for the ref to just say we're just carding every penalty of this.
Somebody is going to get a card eventually. Referee's going to lose patience. And we're seeing those kicking issues. That ball kind of sliced.
Yeah, it's
Here
definitely
we
a little
go.
bit heavy.
Here we go.
Nice pass off to that's Sam Casano again. Did I say it correctly this time?
That sounded good to me.
Awesome.
Balls away.
A little bit of miscommunication between the two centers.
Didn't know who was going to catch that one.
Just come to white.
And it was very promising. The kicking, the counterattack opportunities for Granite Bay right there. That's normally a little bit more dangerous situation for their opponents.
Right.
They're just a little bit sluggish. They didn't quite get it firing the way they wanted.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold.
Ball went straight out, but it seems to be okay. Nice little pickup from the flanker and high tackle.
Well, we've seen a couple of times today the ball
Playing
come out
advantage.
the
You
side.
never retreated 10.
The ball coming out of the side of the scrum and not being seen. But KC was not back 10. And it's all Granite Bay at this point.
Momentum is on their side. Great plays by Alex Evans and now by Ryan Hurley.
Advantage is over.
The one thing I'm starting to notice,
There we go.
Oh, lost forward. So close. The one thing I'm starting to notice here with this Granite Bay team, though, as they're getting closer, you're starting to see their offensive line starting to get more and more flat, and it's taking away a lot of their ability to use the momentum that they've been able to gather just getting up to this point.
So the forwards are getting that go forward, but the backs,
Backs
a little bit tentative.
front.
And they're trying to not lose the ball,
Right.
and as a result, they're just static sideways.
Right. And again, so you get disruptions like that, which lead to these
Down 5.
lineouts and
Hold. Line out still on.
And Desi Streeter was trying to just stretch over. It's another thing.
Not
It's a
going-
one-handed
advantage.
play you can get away with when
Please.
it's not raining, but maybe just hold on to
Feet.
the ball.
right.
But it's right down on the line there now, and I'm not sure.
Gentlemen,
Ball's
Hold
not
on.
coming out, in fact, so it's going to be a scrum to Granite Bay. I think they're perfectly happy with that.
Right.
4 minutes to go in the first half. They're up 15-0.
Yeah.
suspected not in both sides.
This is going to end up being, it's always, these kind of games are always second half games. You can never take a score like this and really hang on to it. It's going to be on Granite Bay to not start
Coach.
letting the gas pedal, letting off the gas pedal a little bit.
Bind. Set.
Gavin Janis, he might just go around the right. No, he's not going to take a run.
Nice one. Streeter trying to find space. Correction. He got that out to, who was it? To Olez? Yeah.
Wild thing.
Oh,
Grabbed
12.
around the collar, maybe.
You're off. 12.
And see, and there's the yellow card.
And that is the yellow card
Thank you.
against
Captain, that's 3
Olez.
times.
And I'm not quite sure what that was for. Possibly, I guess, not releasing because he was the one with the ball. But I heard him say 12, you're off. Captain, that's 3 times, is what the referee said. But I haven't seen anyone sitting on the Naughty Boys
Thanks, buddy.
stool yet, so I'm not quite sure where he is.
I think I watched him walk off. He's right there underneath the umbrella.
There we go. Oh, he gets the umbrella,
He's
doesn't he?
no. He got the side of the umbrella. He doesn't
Okay,
even get the full
good.
umbrella.
Okay, just a little bit.
You still
Yes.
got to get your punishment.
He has to stand under the drip.
The trip. Lost forward ball by against
It was
Kansas
knocked
City
on.
Blues.
Scrum to green.
Looks like a little bit of a head injury for the Blues. Able to walk it off, but definitely is not a pleasant one to have at this point.
So Granite Bay is short-handed in the back.
Coach!
Probably
Bind.
the easiest one to adjust to is probably in the midfield like that.
Strengthen your bind.
But
One,
they've
white.
switched it out. They put Casano
Get it
in
down.
at center, and then they brought Rogers around as a fullback / weak side wing, covering both sides of that.
Stay behind, white 9. Stay bound, 8.
Nice little pass off to Andrew Schmitty.
That's not a very imaginative
He's not having a play.
to say. There goes Streeter. Look at him. He just wriggles out of trouble.
Advantage 12 offside.
Zamo, another one. You can see the Blues really starting to put their focus in on him.
And offside, we may see a card. No? There's been a lot of warnings on that, but another offside by the Blues. They are keeping their full 15 on the field by the skin of their teeth, I think.
Right. I do feel like the penalty to Justin Olez was probably the frustration yellow card.
It's true.
Nice inside pass to Evans. Trying to find space. Not able to correctly executed, but still on his feet. That's number 5, Pono Kiyoshi. And Kiyoshi is able to get it in on the last second try.
Well, we just we mentioned something about him being athletic and making an athletic play on that kick. And there, the ball just sort of floundering around in the water. He picks it up.
Not able to correctly executed,
Remember,
but still on his feet. That's number 5, Pono
Takes the
Kiyoshi.
corner,
And Kiyoshi is able to get it in on the last second try.
On the wing. We just we mentioned something about him being athletic and making an today. We'll see a lock forward lining up in wing for Penn High School. There's a spoiler alert for that.
14.
That's the inside information.
The inside
I have.
scoop.
Yeah, the inside scoop. But fantastic play from Kiyoshi, and a big one because they're shorthanded,
right.
And he gets a try in.
And it helps, especially coming at the end of this half. It looks like we have about a minute or so left remaining in this half. 20-0 Granite Bay up on this Kansas City Blues team.
This Granite Bay program is another one that started with little kids, and was built from the ground up, and they have put a stamp on this first half for sure. 20-0.
Absolutely made it theirs. You guys stay tuned. This is still anybody's game. We're here at the Boys High School Rugby National Championships here at the Rugby Athletic Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, listening to this on the Next Level Rugby broadcast. And you guys stay tuned. We're going to be right back. Non-contested line out, getting it out to the getting it out to the flanker. Still works.
That's
inside the rucks for the Kansas Blue is equally impressive and also concerning. You figure they might overcommit, but then you start to watch how all the teams seem to overcommit to that side, and then
You're good.
You can hear the collisions all the way up here on the third floor. There's the
great
box kick.
boot kick. Now it's the foot race. And number 11 is going to get the pressure. We're waiting for the officials to try it.
In 1966, Sheehy began as a small family-owned dealership, and by 1995 had become one of the largest dealership groups in the country. Today, we've grown to 23 locations, from Baltimore to Richmond. We believe in supporting the community that supports us. Thanks to you, our customers and associates, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary.
It's easy at Sheehy. Sheehy.com.
Welcome to Notre Dame College, where every student is our most important student. For nearly a century, Notre Dame College has offered an outstanding liberal arts education with a personal touch. Our faculty and staff are passionate about preparing students for successful and meaningful lives after college. Located just 25 minutes from downtown Cleveland, Ohio, our vibrant, friendly, and diverse 48-acre campus is the choice of more than 2,000 students from 40 states and 22 countries. We have 22 scholarship sports and a wide variety of extracurricular activities, clubs, and organizations. We are the perfect size, large enough for an exciting college experience, but still able to ensure small class sizes and individual attention. We invite you to tour the campus in person and see the Notre Dame difference for yourself. The Office of Admissions will be glad to arrange for a visit where you'll learn more and meet with our outstanding faculty members and staff.
We own our own coffee farms. We own our own processing plants. We import, bring it in ourselves. We cup it, grade it, analyze it, roast it, package it, label it, test it, do everything ourselves. We know when it was grown. We know when it was picked. We know who was out there picking the coffee when it came in, when it was washed and processed line, when it was put in the bag, who roasted it, what time it was roasted. Everything is 100% checked all the way through the line. And I can't say that I know anybody out there who's doing that.
In 1966, Sheehy began as a small family-owned dealership, and by 1995 had become one of the largest dealership groups in the country. Today, we've grown to 23 locations, from Baltimore to Richmond. We believe in supporting the community that supports us. Thanks to you, our customers and associates, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary.
It's easy at Sheehy.com.
Welcome to Notre Dame College, where every student is our most important student. For nearly a century, Notre Dame College has offered an outstanding liberal arts education with a personal touch. Our faculty and staff are passionate about preparing students for successful and meaningful lives after college. Located just 25 minutes from downtown Cleveland, Ohio, our vibrant, friendly, and diverse 48-acre campus is the choice of more than 2,000 students from 40 states and 22 countries. We have 22 scholarship sports and a wide variety of extracurricular activities, clubs, and organizations. We are the perfect size, large enough for an exciting college experience, but still able to ensure small class sizes and individual attention. We invite you to tour the campus in person and see the Notre Dame difference for yourself. The Office of Admissions will be glad to arrange for a visit where you'll learn more and meet with our outstanding faculty members and staff.
We own our own coffee farms. We own our own processing plants. We import, bring it in ourselves. We cup it, grade it, analyze it, roast it, package it, label it, test it, do everything ourselves. We know when it was grown. We know when it was picked. We know who was out there picking the coffee, when it came in, when it was washed, who was working on the packaging line when it was put in the bag. Who roasted it, what time it was roasted. Everything is 100% checked all the way through the line. And I can't say that I know anything.
Hey, we're back. We're about to get ready to start the second half of this game. Granite Bay taking on Kansas City Blues. This is gift time. Ebelu here on with Next Level Rugby on this one. I'm here with the Alex Goff. We're getting ready for a nice one. This has been a tough game. Granite Bay in the lead 20-0.
Granite Bay is playing a very smart game. They're playing in the Kansas City Junior Blues end of the field. If they're not able to run there, they're going to kick it. And they've got some good kickers. Gavin Janis, scrum half, Desi Streeter, more Janis than Streeter, are able to put the boot to it and play in the other end. Kansas City Junior Blues have avoided card trouble, but they are getting a lot of penalties around the breakdown. They've received a couple of lectures about it, and really they're having trouble getting through the gate, staying on side, all that stuff. That's a good start for Casey, though. And even that may be an ugly kick, but in this kind of weather, that's fine. You know, just put it along the ground and challenge them, force them to try to pick it up cleanly. It's very difficult. Fundamentally, we all know you're supposed to turn your body to the side.
Exactly.
Or and this is one of the things with a group of kids, a group of athletes who haven't grown up with a lot of soccer, although more so now than it used to be, is trap that with your foot like a soccer player. Stop it with your foot, then pick it up. You'll be fine. You'll see Chris Wiles, who played fullback for so long for the USA, used to do that all the time if he wasn't comfortable with a rolling ball.
That's a smart play. If anything, at least stops the momentum of the rolling ball and gives you at least a time to think about it.
Right. Well, that's a good counter rock from Granite Bay. Very good. And they stayed on their feet.
Stay on your feet, 13.
And what they do is they grab each other, and so they stay on. They help each other stay on their feet. And that's a bit of a
nice pooch kick, not really going anywhere, but, you know, at least it kept to your same player. Quizano using the fend off, setting it up. Nice little pass out to, looks like, number 3, Roddy Hamilton. I'm not calling him by his nickname. Looks like Granite Bay is trying to continue to bring in that defense. Use the fast pace forwards, crash it through. Look for the breakaway. Alex Evans still on his feet. That's the second time we've seen him have a nice big run. Nice pickup by McIntosh. Correction by Janice.
Well, this is it. Keep that momentum going. Just pick it up and go. And Janice, all alone at scrum half, figured I'll just pick it up and get a few more meters. But the urgency gets to the point that you end up fumbling the ball a little bit. Great run from Alex Evans, the Terminator.
Captain.
And once again, we're inside the 22.
Captain.
And we're going to have a talk with the captain. I think
6.
I think we're going to be talking about
We've already spoken before.
staying on side.
Clean it up.
So Kansas City gets a little bit of a lecture about cleaning it up around the breakdown, but it's a scrum to Kansas City. So not quite sure what there wasn't a penalty called. I really like what I've seen from John Rogers, the right wing for Granite Bay. Made a couple of good plays. I scored that try.
He's been seeing the field very
Not in
wide.
the
It's been opening up a
here.
lot. He's been set up
Not
very
here.
well by his centers, and you got to give a lot of credit. Again, that aggression that Granite Bay has been doing so far has been working. Fortunately, in this situation, obviously the knock on, but I guess it's kind of the collateral damage of the aggressive play.
That's true. That's
Hold.
exactly right.
All right, Kansas City able to do a great push by this Granite Bay team. And
Back 10.
unfortunately,
Touch
just a
through.
little bit of a turn. Can't do that in
Drop it.
U19.
This is a tough one. This is very tough with scrums.
Driving
and
it through.
Front row people will talk about this, that you've got a dominant scrum in an attacking situation and you're driving on them. Why are you being penalized saying that you're not here? He said he was driving at an angle. Or isn't it instead the fact that the other scrum is disintegrating in front of you and disintegrating at a random rate, that the tight head prop is losing it and the loose head prop is sort of hanging on? It's just because the loose head prop can pop out of it and stay on his feet. The tight head prop has nowhere to go other than to just crumple.
Right. No, it's definitely one. But again, I guess nature of the beast. You're still supposed to, if you're holding on to the tight head prop hard enough, I guess you're supposed to maintain your position.
That's
in
true.
there.
That's true.
So
Blues rescue that one, but it's just like a chicken laying an ostrich egg trying to get them out of the 22.
exactly.
Oh, I agree. Back foot.
Nice little put.
That is better from the Blues, except Casano is right under it.
Nice sight by Casano, trying to look for some support, and he kind of throws it right into touch. So looks like it was an inevitability. The lack of support, I was a little bit surprised with. Granted, they didn't.
They were waiting for him to do something. That's one of those things that every time that somebody kicks to you like that, you just run down the sideline. Let's try.
You seem to do it. You didn't get it. My bad.
It was a good chase from Kansas City. That's what they need to do. They do need to kick some more. They technically have the wind with them, but just an indication of how things are going for the Junior Blues is at halftime the wind died down. So
Right. Wind died down.
It.
The rain stopped going. All the advantages they were going to try and use.
So we've got a sub on, and if you're watching this, we're going to make you guess who the sub is.
Oh, wow.
That is a clean jersey.
Nice. It looks like a nice
Right back.
recovery, but Kansas City Blues are able to
That's
get
the
that
way,
back. Nice slippery ball action helping it up on that one.
That was Sean Vickery who rescued it, and that's McLean.
That was, yes.
Oh, and just kept his eye off the ball. Eli Snyder would have liked that one back.
Knocked on, and then knocked on.
That looks like
Scrum.
Scrum advantage going to Granite Bay in this one. It's not something that the Kansas City Blues have been wanting to do. That scrum has kind of been weakening against that Granite Bay team over the course of this this game.
Gentlemen, you must keep your hips on the laughing. Right? Rugby.
Well, the Granite Bay, if they have that much dominance, they just need to keep it level now.
Crouch!
Just to avoid unnecessary penalties in the scrum at this point. Take a step forward, win the ball, hold it,
Number 8, bind.
hold it steady.
Set. And push 5 so he's coming straight. Concerned that he's coming in boring. I don't want to see that again. Please.
Now we're talking about possibly boring in on the Kansas City side. And, you know, I get it from the referee's standpoint.
Crouch!
With the footing so difficult, you're just worried about safety.
Right.
Bind.
What do you want?
Set.
All kinds of options for Granite Bay. And this Casano is on the right as first receiver. Streeter's on the left. They're going to go Casano's side.
Nice little boot. See if it's going to be the
Trouble.
needed to touch it down inside the try
Carried
zone.
over.
That was an
Thank
absolutely
you.
perfect kick from Sam Casano. And all John Gibson could do is wait to see if it would roll into touch. And, of course, it didn't
Carried over, set
because
in.
it's wet.
Scrum.
He slid on it, carried it back into in goal, and it's going to be a scrum 5 for Granite Bay. So they're in that perfect position again.
Gents, you can only drive 1.5 meters.
We're being reminded. You know when somebody's reminded
Seconds,
that they
please.
can only drive 1.5 meters, that somebody is controlling the scrums pretty well.
Right, exactly.
Set. Hold. Hold.
Ball's in. And nice little 8-man just slipped up by this wet ground. If he's able to get down, Kansas City is holding him up really well. And it looks like the score is down. That was
Thanks.
Ryan McIntosh was the 8-man who picked it up, tried to go around, and he slipped, and then picked it up again. I think that was still McIntosh.
That was still McIntosh. There was no pass off, just a lot of spinning
Yeah.
and struggling to get it down. But getting it over 25-0, waiting for the conversion. I mean, it took advantage of exactly what he was supposed to do. It's both sloppy and wet. You got to grind it out with your guy, hold on to the ball, and then again hold on to the ball.
And he was looking at the ground. He was looking at getting it down any which way he could.
Exactly.
And that's a big one. And it's pretty clinical here from Granite Bay. And I did talk to Salty Thompson, who's been helping coach his team. He was asked to come in by Jason Devine, and Salt. As I said, we were making fun of him. Salty is from Northern Ireland.
Mhm.
It's been known to rain in Northern Ireland, and how do you play in these conditions? Well, you kick it deep, you play in their end. If you can get into their 22, you should score.
Mhm.
You should, you can maul it, you can pick and jam. You can do a bunch of other things, but if you are strong in the scrum and you get a scrum, you should be able to do something with it and at least stay there. Make it very, very difficult
Not
for
held.
the
Play.
other
He's
team
not held.
to get out of there. And that's exactly what we're seeing there. Good
All
run
right,
from
that's-
Olez.
that's good.
They said he was
You're
not
right.
held. He seemed like he was held. And Olez has a red card. He's just
Oh.
been yellow carded for something. I'm not
Something
sure.
before.
And I really didn't see what it was. But
back.
it's his second yellow card. He's been red carded.
Yes.
And he's done for this
Thank you.
series.
That's,
That is big.
That's a tough one.
That's big.
Where?
And it looks like Granite Bay is able to get it, and another penalty. Not quite. You're just watching the mess happen, but ref's already back at the 22. This is over. This is
an
over.
Interesting decision
No,
to
back
red
10.
card a player,
Thank you.
and I realize if you give them
Give
the
them
second yellow card, it's automatic red
Like
card.
red.
There's
Right
no-
here.
There's no discussion
Not
there. But
back 10.
the
That's
idea
not
that
back 10.
what we were talking about was a yellow card for holding on to the ball in the tackle,
No,
so,
back
so
10.
not releasing.
Here's your mark.
You don't actually see that very often.
Right.
It's kind of a borderline yellow card in that sense, and then you have another one. It's kind of a borderline yellow card, and I don't think Olez will play tomorrow.
Probably no.
Yes,
He
no
won't.
way.
He clearly won't be able to. You have to miss a game after a red card, anyways. But I think it definitely goes back to the number of these offside and ruck penalties that have been going on throughout the game. It's very unfortunate that Olez seems to be the bearer of this. The bearer of
15,
this
please.
issue
Thank you.
right here,
Which
with
again is a little odd because the Junior Blues are the ones who've been penalized more,
yeah,
and yet it's
Granite Bay that's been taking the brunt of it.
I want to have a conversation at some point find out what the thinking was exactly, because I can't say exactly what it was.
Right.
It appeared to be killing the ball,
Let it go, Green.
but their own ball. It's not the same as
Back
killing the
foot,
ball
please.
when you tackle someone and run
Run
on
by
it.
Green.
Well, Junior Blues are actually going forward here. They're in the opposing
Stay on your
22.
feet.
They've got a shot here at getting some points,
No,
which
you weren't.
they desperately need.
Just a quick update from the other side of the
Back,
field.
please.
It looks like South Greenville
That's fine, you're right
is winning over
Advantage is
Highlanders 24-15 at this point.
Thank you.
It's a good contest between those two teams. As we said, they're kind of rivals in the sense
Here's your
that
mark.
both from the Carolinas. They usually meet up. North Carolina Rugger Fest is a good place for a lot of those
No,
teams
you're
to
off
meet
your
up.
feet. Your hands are on the fort. You need to be on your feet.
Granite Bay, Kansas City Junior Blues don't know each other as well. Junior Blues have been in nationals for, like something like 20, 25 years. They're there all the time. They are, the program is very experienced with this kind of situation.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean,
screaming.
it's a program that is, like you said, is not just experienced, but built for
Roll
it.
right 3.
It's built for it. Its experience is very high.
Advantage. Number 10 from the side.
Again, these side penalties, these ruck penalties are ridiculous.
From the side.
In from the side, and when you get a little bit tired, and you kind of know that you have to go back and around and in and through, and instead you say, just step over here, and he won't
Anything?
notice. He's going to notice every
Print.
single time.
Print.
He's been on it.
Good.
He's been on it
Good.
like a cat with a yarn.
That's good. That's good. He's toying with us.
Toying with it. I'm trying to siphon my
Back up,
inner
back up.
Dallin Stanford.
Oh dear. I'm not sure we want to do that. Does anyone actually have an inner Donald Stanford? By definition, if you have that,
Open your ears. It's not straight.
it has to be an outer Donald.
Captain. All right. It's not straight. Scrum's elected to green.
25-0 now.
Gentlemen, on
Granite
the
Bay
15.
leads with about 15 minutes to go. This is not impossible for the Blues, but they've got to score. Pretty
Yeah,
much
they
right
have
now.
to score. There's not very much. The probability
Coach!
is dropping more and more each time.
Bind.
But it's good that they're at least inside Granite Bay 22. They've been fighting a lot inside their own territory for the most part of this game. Granite Bay just naturally aggressive.
Came out the tunnel.
So
Scrum
naturally aggressive on it and relentless.
Well, a scrum turnover here, and it's a scrum for Granite Bay now. And I think the red card, which so Granite Bay's going to be
Ouch!
shorthanded the rest of the game. It's kind of changed
Bind!
the tone of things. I'm just curious as to how the coaches feel as they come off. This is because they're
All
going
right,
to be
gents, we
thinking
talked
about the
about this early in the first
ramifications
half.
of
Right.
that.
Hold the tempo. Bind, not shoulders. You understand?
And I'll be very
Centers and
interested
shoulders.
when this game is over if we see the coaches, so a coach, go talk to the ref about it
Crouch!
immediately.
Right.
Bind. Set. Yes.
Nice 8-man pickup by Granite Bay and a nice double tackle by this Kansas City Blues team. Looks like we'll have the recovery by number 15, John Gibson.
Well, he gets out of one tackle there by Casano. He
Release
feels
it
it very
right!
nicely, in fact.
Stay on your feet.
But Granite Bay is right on it. Great poach.
It looks like the loss of Olitz just has not affected this Granite Bay team regardless.
And there's that box kick again. Great chase. Rogers, Casano, McIntosh,
Release it.
Kiyoshi,
Back up,
all
green
those
5.
guys we've been talking
Back
about
up, green
today.
5.
Right on it. Kiyoshi is everywhere. And Casano, he's pretty sure-handed. He doesn't seem to worry about the rain. And here we go.
Looking at from the edge, a little bit of a pooch kick, trying to take advantage, and they lose it into touch, but it's going to be a Granite Bay line out on that one.
You know what? He was only about 18 meters out. If he had just
Just
dove,
raving through, right.
it would be like slip and slide all the way to the corner.
They've been doing it all day anyway.
That's right.
You may as
That's-
well taking advantage of it.
Okay, so I got the answer as to why Thomas Aquinas didn't look all that happy when they won the game. Is because after they won the game, they started sliding in the mud. They got yelled at by
Yelled
the
at for
coach.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So that was the deal. Is
Well, considering the look of field 2, I mean, I can understand why they don't want anybody sliding on it. I think the same thing happened over here
Hold.
whenever
Not on. Not over.
who was it
Knocked on
that played
advantage.
last? Royal
Me
Irish.
too.
Yeah.
No, actually, second.
We're
well,
doing it.
you know,
Knocked on.
I never did that.
He's knocked on.
You're missing out. You're missing out, Alex. That's life right there.
So, yeah, I do remember coaching at nationals in Columbus, Ohio, where the rain was ankle deep and the kids were just sliding back and forth. And the odd thing was we were kicked off the fields because it was raining and muddy.
Coach!
But what they held there was some kind of on-campus thing that all the students did where they covered each other with mud.
Stay behind that
So-
last foot.
This isn't weighing out
What-
correctly.
yeah, it's like, what, are we saving the mud for the other
Ball
people?
down.
You got to
Knocked on
cherish the
advantage.
mud. There's limited mud.
Now the ball came out
Knocked
the
on,
side
scrum to white.
again. It seemed to be that was
That's what I
okay,
thought.
but it
Thank
was
you.
knocked forward.
It's going to be Granite. It's going to be Kansas
straight.
City Blues
Send it, please.
advantage
This might be you, actually.
on the scrum.
Spence.
Looks like we're having a
Yep.
substitution here.
Come here.
Looks like that is
Make sure you
number
come through straight for me,
3.
okay? Thanks.
No, number 23. Garrett Ruffner.
Coach!
Well, he's a big boy, whoever he is.
Mm-hmm.
Bind! Set! Came through the tunnel, gentlemen. Back up, please. Send it, please. Hold substitution, gentlemen. Did you get your captain? Get your yeah, I see that. Thank you.
Looks like we have another substitution coming in.
Captain, you had a question.
Looks like
Desi Streeter
Alright.
going off, and
Alright,
21
gentlemen.
Matt Karp
Here isn't just a fun game. Let's
coming
put the ball,
on
okay?
for Granite
Thanks.
Bay.
All right.
about 10 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in this
Coach!
game.
No 3 point.
Trying to
thank
get
you.
everybody, get those
Bind!
fresh legs in. Save it for the championships,
Set!
possibly. Most likely.
It's so
Hold.
so important to get that recovery.
Early push. Back 10, please.
And free kick. The scrums are devolving,
Here's your mark, bud.
and it's so much easier to have scrumming when there's an equal competition.
Nice, nice breakaway by the Kansas City Blues. Looks like that was number 22,
Yep.
Quinn Doherty.
Kicked! Yes, thank you.
Almost had a head-on collision
Thank you.
with the Granite Bay player.
Knocked on, gentlemen.
Great
Thank you,
work
Tom.
by Doherty. He
Knocked
had
on,
some open
scrum to green.
space. He chased it. He got
it,
it back.
please.
Just didn't have enough people with him to
Show him
make
the-
it happen. Now we
was
see
good,
the
thanks.
changes coming in for the Junior Blues.
A solid switch over.
Pretty much
They're so bright. The jerseys are so bright.
They really are. So it's just like hurting my eyes.
Right.
It's,
This is the most glisten that we're getting all
That's
day.
right, gentlemen.
Well, I mean,
Let's play some rugby.
It does point out whoever does the laundry for
Must
the
be a
Kansas City
California
Junior
thing.
Blues does a terrific job.
Absolutely. See, this is where
They
a
are.
bleach commercial needs to look at the difference between
your
rugby
whites
jerseys.
are
Coach!
bright, and your colors are vivid, and they've
Fine!
turned over the half that back line, and you see
Set!
the way they've got it lined up. They've got 3 up front and 3 in the back. We're looking for that kick.
Nice hit by the new guy out there, Matt Karp. And
Hands pulling
You're not
the ball back.
Advantage.
And Granite Bay's not back 10. It's not going to matter.
and Ryan Makela and Daniel Simon able to get in for the first score of the day for Kansas City Blues. Great setup. Like you said, Granite Bay was not back 10, quite able to take advantage of that. Found the hole finally. Kansas City Blues finally able to get on the board.
Well, it's what they wanted to do all game. and they just needed to get a little bit of ball handling there, a little bit of mistakes, and this way we're going to approach these games especially in these conditions. It's going to be very, very hard to score from 70, 60, 70, 75, 80 meters out.
Absolutely.
You got to get yourself in there, consolidate something, force a turnover, whatever it is, and then play from 22 meters out. That worked for the Blues. It's just way, way too late.
Thank you. Send them.
And it looks like it'll be a missed conversion as it's 25-5. There's about 8 minutes remaining in this game. Still a lot of time. Not, you have to be very consistent. You can see the Granite Bay players, they're starting to lax up. And I think this is also a very dangerous thing to do. I mean,
how many players do they have on this field? It's like about 19 players. They three converted tries in 7.5 minutes.
Right.
What Kansas City needs.
This is true, exactly. Miracles?
Yeah, it's happened, but usually it happens in a game that you're leading by 40 to start with.
Back foot, please.
Kansas City trying to take it out to the edge. Nice little fend off. You got to love at least the heavy running. We can't have the
Long ball.
penalties.
Long ball. Cannot play on your legs.
So an interesting call there. Essentially, that referee said the ball carrier placed the ball, put the ball on the ground, and then used his legs to shuffle it back a little bit further, and you're not allowed to do that.
Always heard that to be hit or miss on that one.
Yeah. I guess if you do it all with one movement, that's a little bit different. We are allowing extra movement in the ball placement these days. It's like if you're down and you think you can pass it, you don't see anybody, then you can go and place it.
We're not playing the numbers, gents.
And when I was this age, we had players like as they're being tackled are passing the ball and being penalized for playing the ball on the ground. That was back, a million years ago. But they were very, very strict about that kind of thing. Is you'd be tackled and then you had to let go of the ball. It wasn't placing it; just let go of it.
Right. Kansas City Blues able to poach the ball out of the very fragmented ruck.
There we go. Hands.
Nice open field, and we're having a forward. It's going to be wow. That's a lot of momentum.
Penalty. Dissension, number 6. Back 10.
And there we go. Forward pass called, and I think it was a bit of a
number 6. Dissension.
Harsh one. And then number 6, TJ Foster, was called for back chat dissension, basically saying to the referee what he actually thought of that call.
Not done.
Right.
It was a borderline forward
That was
pass.
close. That was close. That one was a momentary look.
But
Send
the frustration comes
is kicking in,
right?
yeah.
doesn't it? And that was when I've refereed
spoke to you about
on
number
a
6 down here.
occasion.
Dissension penalty there. You must accept.
And in fact, the captain is getting a little talk about TJ Foster there. But when I refereed, I would say if you tell me, if you say to me what was the call, or I don't understand the call, that's fine. If I say you're offside and you say hell no, I wasn't offside, well,
then you're gonna get something right.
I'm gonna march off another 10 for that.
Exactly.
That's I'm
Hold!
judgment call.
Yeah.
Right. Respect the judgment call.
Nice setup. Number 21.
Release!
What is that? Still Matt Karp
Advantage.
trying to find a little space on the edge.
21 off his feet. 21 off his feet.
This ref is not letting
There's your mark.
anything go. This Kansas
No.
City team is letting either the frustration is extremely high or
Well, Granite Bay's playing extremely well. They
Yeah.
played very smart. We are going to see mistakes. We are going to see drop balls here, but we haven't seen a lot from them. And they continue
This way,
to
please.
play the way they
Ready?
want to play. They have runners, and they're still using them.
exactly.
And they have
Open up in the
people
back,
they're
please.
using, even though they've
Open
subbed
up,
off
please.
a couple.
Thanks, Tom.
But I think they're going to really be stung by that red card. I think that's going to be. I think they have the depth to deal with it. It's just
It just
they're gonna
hurts.
be-
It's still
it
a
hurts.
key player.
And your inside center is not going to play. But the guy,
Hands
there
away,
he
White.
goes
Back
again.
foot, please,
Pono
gents. Back up.
Kiyoshi, their number
Thank you.
5. This kid is getting a lot
Everything.
done.
He's-
Lot
Release.
He's doing more than I've expected from any lock,
Advantage 2 wide offsides.
and that's really impressive. Just a quick update score on the other side of the field. South Greenville is Highlanders just cut the lead against the South Greenville 24-20. Time remaining. It's getting to a real nail biter over on that side.
And we're right down on the line for Granite Bay here. Just
Release
over.
it.
Didn't quite get it.
Roll away,
Just
Green.
Recycling it one more time.
Advantage green, not rolling away.
And in fact, it's been turned over by the
Advantage.
Junior Blues, and they've got a penalty advantage, which they really should take. They should just
Advantage, hands to the
somehow find a way to do that.
Look
They've
for
got
an
a break.
overload and just slipped up on the field. No, actually, it ended up being a dodge, and we have
Well, he was held in that tackle, so that would be a penalty infraction. So they're going to go back to the original penalty
Come on.
of hands in
Hands
the ruck.
in.
Well, okay, the tap and it just kicked for territory at this point.
and see if you can get the big hit. Little fly half on fly half action. Wasn't able to. Nice ability to dodge the
Release.
tackles. Losing my words here.
That
Carp
would
with
be,
the
that would
obstruction.
be obstruction.
That's very clear obstruction.
Inadvertent scrum.
Ducked behind Aiden Bourne,
Inadvertent obstruction.
known as the
Scrum.
German Knight. I don't know what that
I
is.
don't know what that is. Granite Bay.
Yeah, that's
Gonna give the
an
back-
That's a
interesting
new one.
It's a little
But he was in the way,
gentlemen,
and
let's go.
Carp jumped behind him anyway to make sure he was in the way. And you can't use a guy as a blocker. So on comes more substitutions. Ryan McIntosh, Big Mac. He stays on. It's going to be Kiyoshi who comes off.
Guys, let's go.
Kiyoshi has played
An
extremely
incredible
well.
game. An
Extremely
absolutely
well.
incredible game.
And
Coach!
scoring a try on the wing and getting involved
Fine.
in tight as well.
Set.
Him and
Yes.
Rogers and Janice, the scrum half.
Came out the tunnel, gentlemen.
Good
We're going to have it
games
again.
from Granite Bay is a very handy team.
Yes. Yes, they have.
Same mark.
been. It looks like we are just under a minute remaining
Please
on
get
the
the ball.
scoreboard clock.
Well, Gift, you've seen both of these. Did both these games. What do you think, Royal Irish or Granite Bay?
Look, honestly, I have to really give a lot of
Coach!
credit to this Granite Bay. Royal Irish
Fine.
seem to have a means of being able to suppress
Set.
aggression on their side, and teams have come off aggressive both times very quickly. I'd always often lean towards the side of the team with more aggression, and I'd say that for Granite Bay.
Locked on. Green 6.
But I can't deny what Royal Irish. So if
move
I
this
have
way.
to make a choice, I'm probably still going to stick with Granite
Knocked
Bay
on.
on that
Green
one.
6.
All right.
Here's your mark.
But I would not be surprised if
This is
Royal
much
Irish
better.
came out on top. Just
Well, last year it was that matchup last year, and Granite Bay looked
You
so
got something on your
dominant,
face.
and Royal Irish shut them down,
Yeah.
frustrated them. Granite
Stop.
Bay does
Let's play.
want they want that matchup. They want sort of a payback
Ouch!
thing.
yeah.
It was all about
Fine!
last year. Royal Irish defended,
Set!
and then Brian Hannon made a
Yes,
couple
nine.
of terrific plays, and that was great. They
Hold!
they put everything they had into it. Granite Bay perhaps a little bit more complete this year. Certainly
Retreat.
an impressive.
Retreat. 11.
Oh, he's way offside. He's not too smart there, I think, from Anthony Wiley.
So it's going to be taken back at
Yeah,
the
he
point.
was told to stay
White
back.
captain. White captain. Kick or scrum. Kick there or scrum up.
Well, we are
Thank you. Penalty. Scrums
pretty much
elected.
over. Pretty much time is up.
Yep,
But I
pretty
think we're
much.
gonna have one more.
Yeah, Kansas City will have a chance to either try and score
Here.
or penalize and
This way,
end
that
up
way?
kicking the ball into touch.
Penalty. Scrum.
That'll be a
And it looks like on the other side, there was a try was just denied on the end of the game, and I think it's the Highlanders who are celebrating, unless I.
Let's go, gents.
The Highlanders
Wow, what a
Of course,
nice
to win it.
comeback.
they won it, and
Fine.
then right at the end they denied a try to hold on.
White.
Craziness over there on the far field.
Up. Number 3, green. Back 10.
Penalty on the scrum.
Not back 10. Playing advantage.
Yeah, Granite Bay's not even back 5.
No. This is a Granite Bay team that now knows we
up.
won this
Well,
one.
they should get back 10.
Yeah.
You know? You're just inviting another card situation, and this is a referee not afraid to give it.
Right.
And there we go. Something happening now.
So it looks like on the other side of the field, South Greenville was able to hold on to the
okay.
lead, 24
Not
to
back
20
10.
over the
I
Highlanders.
see. All right, I was looking.
Here's your
I
mark.
wasn't sure which color was which because they're both blue.
Play on.
All right, so South Greenville did beat the Highlanders, 24-20. Okay. Well, they then
Advantage. He's
they
offside.
saved
No
the
wrap
winning
as well.
try at the end there.
There you go.
And you know what?
Back up
It was
3.
pandemonium in that. They were pretty happy because and winning a game at the national level. I don't care. If it's the last game and you're 0-2, whatever, it matters.
Every little bit, it absolutely
Advantage.
does. Winning a game whenever the team is coming up from behind and preventing that from going through. And there's Kansas City Blues getting their second try of the day. Couldn't quite see who it was. Looks like it was number 7. Looks like it was number 7, Mason Tassett, able to get the score for Kansas City Blues, putting up 20, getting it 10 points on the board now to get the extra point, and probably we'll see a reset after this. We'll see a reset and a kick into touch after this is done.
The bad joke of the day right there.
Well, it was more of what the Blues obviously would have wanted to do. Get the ball in. You get the ball into the opposing half, pressure them, take advantage of those penalties. They did all of that stuff. Granite Bay, frankly, lazy on retreat on those 10 meters, as if they couldn't believe that there was a penalty against them. Well, you better believe it. It's going to be one. And that's going to be the ball game, in fact. 25-10.
25-10. Great play by this Granite Bay team. As aggressive as always. Again, they did it yesterday. They're here again. And so looks like it's going to be the rematch of Granite Bay taking on Royal Irish for the championship in the club brackets. Guys, thank you for taking the time. Here with Alex Goff. Thank you for having him on here. And I'm give time a Bailu. We're here with the boys high school rugby national championships. Get ready. We're about to work into the single school division. And you guys stay tuned. We'll be back later on. Non-contested line out. Getting it out to the flanker. Still works.
Well, that's
inside the rucks for the Kansas Blue is equally impressive and also concerning. You figure they might overcommit, but then you start to watch how all the teams seem to overcommit to that side, and then
You're good.
You can hear the collisions all the way up here on the third floor. There's the
great
box kick.
boot kick. Now it's a foot race, and number 11 is gonna get the pressure. Waiting for the officials to try it.
Green 1. Wider.